All right, I'm live. It is 6:03 a.m. in my time zone. This is Central Daylight Time. I'm in Alabama, as I'm sure you know. Let's take these rings off. Let's take them off so I don't clatter. So, obviously, I worked my ass off last month, released a bunch of Patreon content. This month, my plans are already, my posts to be are already scheduled to release. Hello, T-Man. Hello, Matthew, and hello, Ethan. So, on Patreon this month, I've got a ritual coming out that calls upon the Reaper aspect of Lucifer and his necrosophic spirits to psychically awaken the practitioner and empower their astral spirits. There's also a rite that calls on Thagirion to boost various spiritual abilities the magician has. There's also going to be a list of more than 20 magical chants that can be used to strengthen various rituals, and a 7 ritual path working with the Nemean lion. More than that, I think. Hello, Dingus. Hello, West Egg. Your name reminds me of a song by Suicide Boys. West End. Hello there, Nangshi. Hey, Gage. Great to see you all. How's everyone doing? I did not expect there to be a decent amount of people here this early. Damn. I was trying to finish a little ad about my Patreon posts before so many people came from. Oh, right, Gatsby, The Great Gatsby. That was a good book, and I love the movie. Hello, Trill. But yeah, the other thing I'm gonna release on Patreon this month is a ritual to remove someone's spiritual protection, which calls on Tiamat, Kingu, and Absu. Gage is out of sleeping meds. I'm sorry to hear that. Just took mine. I went to the Great Gatsby movie on opening night with a friend of mine. We showed up in suits, fedoras, and wingtip shoes. I don't look so well? Well, it's been a long night and I worked my ass off. I'm fine. Just took my sleeping pills. I don't know how I'm supposed to look, but I think this is about normal. Nangshi says, thanks for your info recording Cthulhu, Shub-Niggurath, and Hastor. You're very welcome. I'm a simple man. I see a good live, I click. Thanks, the collective. How's everyone doing? I was very, very productive today in a variety of areas. Why did I leave the Temple of Mea Jirai? It's not too personal. I just can't go into that much. I can't go into any meaningful level of detail without violating multiple people's privacy and hurting a lot of feelings. The simple answer is it didn't serve me anymore. I don't regret joining. I learned a lot while I was in there, but I have no reason whatsoever to stay and a good few reasons to leave. Fuck a dying lighter. These sleeping pills are kicking in quicker than I thought. I won't be here very long. Nangshi had a devotional rite with Shub-Niggurath and was made into her adopted child. Didn't know that this right was possible until it happened. I've actually never heard of that either. That's awesome. Hey, Mysterious Leroy. When have I ever cared about hurting humans? Fair point. T-Man has had a long week. His car battery died last Monday, but he got paid yesterday, so today he's going to buy a new one soon. Sorry that happened to you. I had to get a copy of my car key made yesterday, and that is way more expensive than it used to be. Now they put chips in them, which was expensive. Is there such a thing as true evil? Good and evil are more of narratives than they are personality traits. But banshees, which are a type of fairy, they're pure evil. First vaccines, now car keys. Hey, I did get the flu shot recently. Um, I got hate mail for getting the COVID shot. Let's see if I get hate mail for getting the flu shot too. Would I say his store is mostly about chaos and sickness? Not sure off the top of my head. Opinions on Azazel? Well, he's part watcher, part demon, and part Greek titan. He has an aspect which appears as a silver bird whose wings turn to feathers when they fall. He has dragon aspects. He's cool. I agree, Gage. I mean, I use the word evil seriously sometimes, but it's goodness is more of a narrative than anything else. There's technically no such thing as a good person. You can only be good for your time. For example, think of whoever you know that you consider to be the most good person. Does that person know how many of their belongings were manufactured in whole or in part through child labor and or sweatshops? Do they know how the animals they've eaten were treated? So on and so forth. There's no such thing as a good person. There's only people who are good for their time. Research any great historical figure that you essentially view as a saint and see what type of dirty laundry was recorded about them. It's a damn shame. How to get back after burnout from casting too many spells. Take a break. Oh, you have had a hiatus for 2 years. Work with the Goetic demon Malphos for motivation. And Amon to... Start with Amon. Call to Amon to balance yourself, then go to Malphos for motivation. Approaching solar eclipse. Approaching solar eclipse has us up early. I don't know. I wouldn't blame that. I just had a busy night. What do I think of Ahura Mazda? Never worked with him. Morals aren't real. Hello, Adam. I'm doing well. Quite tired. Who's easier to work with, Nigoroth, Nyarlathotep, or Cthulhu? I'm guessing Cthulhu. What's your opinion on the astral cord and the myth that it can break? I'm not sure. I don't have one. Even these influencers who say they are freeing you from the simulation are the same people so addicted to the material things around them. Very true. Venice Dolly has murder on their mind. I like that song. Yeah, Ethan says those influencers just capitalize off the Matrix. Yeah. Fuck Sneeko. Fuck Tate. Fuck their imitators. Opinions on approaching Moloch for a pact officiating him as my patron. Well, pacts and patron designation are generally different things, to my understanding. So everyone secretly has spiritual powers, and things like religion keep us from exercising them. Is that not evil? It's fair to deem that evil, but again, evil is a narrative. That's restrictive and oppressive, and evil is a word we use to describe those things. Trill Gates. Nice username. What's my thoughts on chaos magic? Well, chaos magic comes in many forms. So, I practice a certain kind of chaos magic in that I mix pantheons incoherently. I might perform a ritual to Cthulhu and Raphael, energies which usually wouldn't be expected to mix well. When I do that sort of thing, I do so with the guidance of the spirits. I don't just do so haphazardly. Some more extreme versions of chaos magic view evocations of, say, Spider-Man as equally valid as evocations of the devil, and I think that is silly. I stopped reading chaos magic texts after I came across an evocation of Tyler Durden from Fight Club. Peter Carroll's book was good, though. You were told to work with Amon for magical self-defense. Yeah. Some people have naturally weak spiritual defenses, like weak natural spiritual defenses. That can be improved. I look like I've been crying a lot. I'm gonna be asleep in like 20 minutes, dude. I don't know what to tell you. What are my thoughts on pop culture deities? Great question. I refuse to approach them or let people send them to me. What are all the things that you know Marbas to heal people from? I don't know off the top of my head. Chaos magic for Venice Dolly is just make Sigil and masturbate. That works. How would one evoke Spider-Man exactly? I don't even want to know the answer to that. Thanks, Moon13. Why do I believe that Jesus was a black magician / infernal practitioner? Partially because of what spirits have told myself and my friends, and because of the logic I explained in my video about him. According to the Bible, the Pharisees believed he was a black magician. VK falls asleep on stream and audience will be watching him. I will not fall asleep on screen, you fucker. The collective is finna evoke Andrew Tate to get rid of. Nice. T-Man wouldn't work with superhero spirits. Yeah, exactly. Some dude hit me up, like, trying to perform. He was, like, offering to perform a Batman ritual, an Iron Man ritual, and a Superman ritual over me. I said fuck no to all of them. Especially no to the Batman ritual. He's my favorite superhero. Do not ruin him for me. He then proceeded to send me threats and various offensive messages. Now all his emails go to my spam folder. I put pretty much everything I know that I'm willing to say publicly about Judas in my little Patreon post. Didn't Jesus disappear into Egypt for a while? I don't know. Experience with the Book of Sitra Achra by 218. All the demons I've evoked from that book have been pretty awesome. And, of course, the descriptions of the forces of the Infernal Zodiac, did help expand my knowledge on that. A Batman ritual is hilarious. What's the benefit of that? I'll fortunately never know. What exactly are the Olympic spirits? Can they be considered as angels or demons or something completely different from that? The Olympic spirits are entities from Greek magic. There's one named as Ophiel that us demonologists know as Mephistopheles, as the same being. As for the other Olympic spirits, I don't know. How are the Banshees evil? So they are a type of fairy that is very evil. Never summoned them. A long time ago, years ago, I was talking to one of my covens. I used to have a coven. One of the coven's guides, and I was like, hey, what about these banshee things I've read about? I read about them in a world mythology dictionary of vampires. They were like, banshees are pure evil. Make sure you cast a circle and have a spirit there to make sure that only banshees who are willing to work with you come. Burn some dandelion as an offering. And make sure Grant is there. I was like, why do I need Grant to be there? He's only done a few rituals with us. The spirit said, you'll see. I never did the right. Am I working on any new books? I've pretty much finished channeling an e-grimoire dedicated to the Nemean Lion. I just got to format it for posting on Patreon. I've got an e-grimoire dedicated to Matchaloth, halfway channeled. Not sure when I can release that. I've channeled part of a book about Shaitanic Jinn magic, but I don't know what I'll do about it. People need more philosophy and ethics before getting into magic. Demons aren't your friends, and they think you stink. Well, that was depressing. Have I ever felt on my journey that I fell too deep down the rabbit hole? Yes. I have had to calm the fuck down and unpack things a couple times. Have I ever cursed someone and felt remorse / really regretted it afterwards? Yes. Not for a very long time, but it's happened. And of course, that's bad. That means you should not have cursed them. When you're meditating, is it better to focus on something or completely clear your mind? I think it's better to focus on something, like a chakra, a spirit, a mantra. Teorema should know that I like to shower and wash my hands before rituals. Good to know. Opinions on ethics and vampirism. So, I don't really like the idea of donors. If I'm going to take energy from someone, it's not going to be my buddy. It's going to be a little bit of energy from one stranger than another. Taking only a little bit of energy from somebody is good for them and does not produce negative side effects in them. That's what I like to do. Sometimes I like to feed deeply on various enemies, which is ethical in my opinion. Yeah. Why do people see Jehovah as the only true deity when he is not? Because Jehovah is a liar. Do I ever feel evil after cursing someone? Like you've done something against the cosmos? I never feel like I've done anything against the cosmos, because I like the cosmos. But I feel pretty villainous sometimes. Making a curse with Banshee would be too OP? Could be. Jehovah has a really good marketing team. Hey, before Jehovah, Ahura Mazda was claiming to be the only true God. Their PR team works overtime. I need a PR team, man. You remember an old video of me talking about time magic? I don't remember this video. No comment. Maybe Ahura Mazda operates the same way Jehovah does. Maybe. You feel like if I made a curse with a banshee, the amount of collateral damage would be big. That wouldn't surprise me. Experiences with psychedelics and magic. The only psychedelic I've done is LSD and a research chemical that I was told was LSD but turned out not to be. So summoning and channeling on LSD is very powerful. Chakra meditations on LSD are amazing. The research chemical that I took after being falsely told that it was real LSD was a mixed bag. I saw spirits way better, but all the gnosis I gained was fake, and I saw that all of it was fake after it wore off. And then the person who gave it to me forced me to drive them home while still tripping. You know, because that's what he felt the need to do. Terrible friend, Jesus. Yeah. Do I only work with Santa Muerte's black robes aspect? No. The collective says my old videos bring back nostalgia. Makes sense. Venice used my recent channeled prayer for baneful magic to start my cursing ritual. Thanks. You're very welcome. Shrooms are a godsend, so I've heard. I haven't seen Jehovah that much. I saw the projection of his female aspect that Catholics refer to as the Virgin Mary, who is not the same as the human woman Mary. That makes sense, Roblox. Any advice on warding your property from unwanted visitors? The Norse rune Algiz is good for that. I have different wards that work with different spirits I work with. I have one that comes from the power of my own soul, you know? I released the runic ward and a ward calling on La Santissima's white-robed aspect on Patreon. Yes, Algiz, the Norse rune. You know, my phone's actually about to die. Let me plug this thingy in here. Hopefully, it didn't vibrate. I hope it's charging. Should be. Correct. A lot of angels were not created by Jehovah. He did not create that species alone. There was a handful of deities working alongside him. Does the red Alga's rune protect a whole house if you use it on the front door? Yes. Do I ever do spiritual cleanses? Yes. I just do it when it comes to mind to do it, really. Correct, Roblox. I don't have a cleanse. I mean, I have a routine technique to cleanse, but like, I don't have a certain amount of time, like a regular time period that I do it. It just I think to myself once in a while, like, hey yo, I should cleanse right now, and I do it, and then I move on with my day. Cain really have his blood mixed with mortals, and by result of all the humans? I don't know, Venice. I don't know that much about his life. Lord knows how powerful he would have been. Like, he had no preconceived notions of how powerful magic would be. Have I ever meditated to the frequency of Neptune? I think I have. Been a long time, though. Ethan really recommends that. The Neptunian meditation. Neptune is pretty dope. Yeah, the Liber Falsifer texts, their stories about Cain and Lulua, um, they're all based off real world mythology, but it's not an attempt at using Gnosis to create a real timeline. It's a deliberately man-made tradition. So it's like Lulua. When I was reading that story in I think it was the second book in the series, she was like, "Yeah, that part was true. Okay, this part was a bit different." Da 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 da. She was just chatting. Have I initiated into the 3 couch veils? Yes, and the hidden 4th veil. Beneath the veils of the couch lies an even deeper layer. The springs. How often do I visit the astral plane? Consciously, not very often at all. Um, my astral double seems to do things of its own accord. It's probably doing something fucking retarded now. Are rogue demons a threat to the infernal divine? No. What was my disagreement with Odin about? He realized I wasn't really serious about approaching him and fucked with me a bit. When's the Grimoire of the Couch coming out? You fool. Every word I speak is the Grimoire of the Couch. It is not a physical text. It is simply my sleeping pill-induced meanderings. What happens if you make a sacred space where you sleep? Depends on what you make it out of. Clefothic energy benefits you in a variety of ways. Hey, Estparum. You're, right on time to watch me start falling asleep. Black magic prolonged lifespan and slows down aging. True. Who were the handful of deities that created the angels? To my understanding, Shakti, Tiamat, and Odin were among them. The trials of the couch are the most challenging known to the occult. True. The greatest trial the greatest trial of the couch is accidentally falling asleep on the couch and waking up with a sore back. What med did I take? I took melatonin and sleep aid. I like to take 2. Hey VK, have I heard about the alien bodies she's found in Mexico? Talking about that little mummified midget thing? I don't think it's real. It's a wildly inappropriate message from Nina out of the blue. Yeah, that sounds about right. Which method you'll use when one is deliberately channeling? Um, I mean, if you wake up chanting a mantra, then you were doing either some astral magic or some dream magic. Blue Lotus, I have not tried that. Fallen angels don't have beef with other celestials like the movies. Depends on the celestial, depends on the fallen angel. I don't really know how spirits feel about cats in general. Tips on beginner necromancy. Start with the ghost of a witch and or your ancestral spirits and have a deity present who has volunteered to be your primary guide for necromancy. Is there any magical significance to Halloween? Yes. It is a day of power. Your spells will be more powerful, and you will probably see and hear spirits more clearly. This will last until the sun rises the next morning. The collective would piss on that alien's tomb. I have no idea how to react to that. Did I ever work with Madrigal? A little bit. It was pretty cool. There's rumors that initiating through the fourth hidden veil of the couch, the veil of the springs, grants a practitioner the ability to turn himself into a bed through the power of the couch. Good one, Matt. I'm sure there are other deities I don't remember, and no, I haven't asked them about creating the angels. Does the most strongest entity you covered recently have anything to do with Satan? If you mean Sanitas, so Sanitas and Satan and Shaitan and Sanasatos are echoes of Akraoth. Separate ones, as far as I know. Do I think Kali is real? Yes. Is Halloween a good day to initiate into the first Qlifa? Absolutely. Venice thinks that the alien from Mexico looks too much like our expectation of aliens, but I think it's maybe real. I'm not convinced. The claims about carbon dating being used to scan its DNA are just definitely not true. Like, carbon dating doesn't do that. We're about to have a Friday the 13th, too. Hey, that's also a day of power for witches. Are different humans somehow related to different extraterrestrials? Yes, there are starseeds, people who were aliens in past lives. There are also people who have Anunnakian and or Nephilimic DNA. Would I get down with an alien? Never really thought about it. Who's the most powerful entity I encountered? Akraoth. Yes, Roblox. Am I afraid of Razari's power because he knows void magic? He's the best magician I know. It's not necessarily the fact that he knows void magic. He's just the best that I've seen. I have indeed worked with Cthulhu. I released an article about him. Is Azazel the same as Iblis? So Ahriman Sul the sorcerer, another creator, taught me that Iblis, Azazel, Shaitan, and Melek Taus are like 4 different layers of the same being. Never thought about dating an alien? No. The Order of the Black Dragon is trying to get magical powers and eventually merge into Shiva's mind. What's my opinion on this? I don't work with Shiva, but that sounds like a good goal as far as I know. Can you make a pact with the deity to keep your female partner safe from harm and sexual assault? That's a possible thing. I don't know what would be required of you, but I'm sure that's possible. I don't see why a pact would be necessary. I think a spell would do just fine and be simpler. As for witch spirit, I don't know. Like, my advice with pacts is like, decide what you want and then ask your higher self and or guides which spirit or spirits you should make the pact with. Alternatively, decide which spirit you want to make the pact with and ask what you should be looking to get from it, how long the pact should take, and what would be required of you. I'm out of water bottles. This is the last one. I got like 1 sip left. Dude, if I have dreams about fucking aliens because of T-Man, I'm never going live again. I don't know if there is any significance to having rhesus negative blood. I've heard about it. I've heard about this little theory, but I've never looked into it at all. All right. Shit. All right, these pills are kicking in pretty heavy. I'm going to go ahead and go to bed. Have a great night and enjoy your immortality.